Hi there. Hi, I'm live, and hi there. I'm live, and I'm answering any of you guys' questions. We tried this yesterday without any luck. We lost a lot of connection, so I thought you guys can ask away, ask me anything. I'm live also on YouTube as well. So as you can see, I'm here to answer anything. So what we're doing at the moment is I'm actually in Albany right now, and it's really nice here. So what we're doing is we are going through any sort of like stories at the moment with the I'm Adopted project, answering any of your guys, sharing your stories, answering any of your questions, really. So if you got any questions, you can ask them on Facebook or YouTube here, and I'll be happy to answer any of them. So go ahead and ask away. So hello, Yelena. Hey, how are you? How are you going? So everything good. Everything good. What is the time there, by the way, in your part of the world? Because it's 5:01 p.m. here right now. So hello, Privyet, Misha. Privyet. So thank you very much. It's really cool to be just talking to all of you guys and just I don't know, just talking. So we've got hi Alex. Hello on the YouTube. Hello, how are you? How are you going? So no, that's perfectly good. So if you got anything to ask below, I'm just gonna try and find something actually. Hello, Privyet, sup? Hi, I'm good, Sasha. I hope you're doing great. Yes, everything's fine here. Sup? It's 8 a.m. in Moscow. Privyet, Moskva, Russia. Privyet. I'm in New Zealand, Nova Zelanda, as you would call it. And yeah, now everything's good. And Katarina Clark, sup? Charlotte Walker, hello, how are you? I hope everything's good. Everything must be good. I'm from India, and I am a great fan from India. Well, hello, Rashim. Hello from India. I don't know what the time is in India. You can tell me. I should probably search it up, Google it, and I'll figure it out. But let me know what the time is in India. I'd be quite curious to know that. So hold on a minute. Just checking some questions here. Just one second, guys. 1 second. So it's 10:30 in India. Wow, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool indeed. Privyet, Anolta. Privyet, hello, Lena. Hello, how are you? How are you going? I hope I didn't ruin anybody's mornings. I hope I didn't at all. I'm just gonna send this link to somebody. Hold on. So if you guys got any questions, you can ask them here on Facebook or ask them on YouTube. Anything to do with, I guess, the I'm Adopted project. I get a lot of messages every day from people just trying to share stories, which is great. And I always think that's awesome. So just keep them coming. I go through a lot of just checking late night emails, just making sure that everything's kind of up to date with just the stories that are coming through, which are pretty cool for me because, it's really interesting to hear all the stories. We get a few people going through like on through the website, just going through sending something that's not related. So I see a lot of the stuff, and we have some great stories that come through. So thank you so much. So 10:30 in the morning in India, how you help people in meeting their birth parents. Well, we actually we have the project, the I'm Adopted project. So we actually share stories through that. That's really awesome because it's really great because people can spread the word with the project. And what I tend to do is I share the story, and we have a lot of people around the world just helping each other, contributing, just helping each other, which is really unique in a way for this project because I think it's just another whole social media side, using technology and using things like interviewing, doing videos, doing anything like that through Facebook, through the website, all of that stuff is pretty unique in a way when it comes to using social media with I'm Adopted. So that's what I think is pretty important with this project, because we've had it we started in 2015, it's now 2018, and time has gone quite fast. So many stories has been shared, a lot has happened, and I've been to Russia a few times. This year will be my 4th time in Russia. And is it hard for you to learn Russian? And yes, so that's really what happens with the I'm Adopted project. Is it hard for you to learn Russian? Well, look, so here's what I'm trying to always do with my Russian language. I can read it, as I've always been able to read it for the last 3 years. I need to just practice and practice. And so I've got this, I've been practicing. I've got this app called Duolingo, as you can see here. I need to really focus on probably learning that a little bit more. I will get onto that. Team Molodets, thank you. You're great. Thank you very much. Thank you. Spasiba. Molodets is, I like Molodets. I like it when people say to me, Sasha, Molodets. And thank you so much for that. I appreciate the feedback when it comes to just hearing you guys reaching out and just supporting. So thank you. And it's really cool just to see when people do connect with birth parents or birth families. So to me, that's always something that I've always wanted to do, and to me that's important. So thank you so much for that. Thank you, Russian, for the comment. I appreciate it. I will just keep doing what I'm doing. So that's what I keep doing. So if you guys got any questions below, I'll tell you what is happening this year. I've got a few things happening. I will be going traveling again in July. I went to my orphanage, as you probably know or don't know. I don't know. Went to my orphanage in October last year. I went to Archangels, which was where I was born, and I went to go and see my orphanage for the first time since I left when I was 2 years old. So I went back. This would be 1990. It was last year in 1994. So this is the new trip that I took last in October. I went to Archangels for the first time since I left. I was born in Archangels, but I left there when I was 2 years old. So I went again in October last year. So I'm just thinking of the calculations and the time. So with all of that, I was able to go and see my orphanage and go and actually see what it was like to this day, which was really cool for me because I've never ever experienced anything like that before, and that was such a cool experience. I traveled all the way from Russia. I went to Beijing, and I went from Beijing to Moscow. I stayed in Moscow, did some stuff with some charities in Moscow. Thank you so much for that, by the way. And I talked to parents who had actually adopted children in Moscow, and that was really, really cool to hear their questions and hear their opinions on adopting children, in Russia and all that. So, and I also met teenagers who were also adopted in families in Russia. So I got to work with them and got to talk to them, and then I went to my orphanage and I came. So that was pretty cool. I followed your journey. I think it's amazing what you're doing to help others. Thank you very much, Charlotte. I appreciate that. Thank you for following what I'm doing, and I'm just going to keep doing it. I think I'll just keep doing it. I think that's what will happen. that's what I will keep working on. Also, when I came back from Archangels, I went back to Moscow for another 3 days, and I actually I did some stuff. I got to go and meet a lady that works in the government in Russia, which was pretty cool. I got to meet her, and just to have my view on my family growing up in New Zealand. I got to talk to her about what it was like growing up in New Zealand as an adopted child, and just how we can try and help other people connect. Whether the birth parents don't want to connect, that's perfectly fine. I always respect anyone's decision with that. And in the birth parents, I always respect their decisions. So it all comes down to just seeing if we can find any information for the adopted person who wants to search for the birth family. It might not even be just, they might not even be thinking about going over and reconnecting. They might just want to find out who they are, which is, to me, which is pretty important. And that is a good start. And, if you manage to find just who they are and and that's all you can really, if that's all you can really do, or just know the names and know that they're okay, your birth parents, then that's also something that's pretty special in a way. So Tatiana asks me, do you remember anything about your stay in orphanage? No, I don't remember anything. When I left when I was 2 years old, and I don't remember a thing. The earliest memory would be being here when I was about maybe 3 or 4 years old. I remember when I was 3 or 4 years old, and that would be my earliest memory. But I don't remember anything about staying in the orphanage. I don't remember anything from 1993, 1992, or 1994. So I was born in 1992, and the next 2 years I was in Russia. So I just don't remember that. But how can you? A few people might remember it. When I went back last year, I thought I might be able to remember some things, but I couldn't remember a thing. And nothing was back in my memory again, and I couldn't remember or just think, oh wow, I remember this. But no, it didn't happen like that. But with me saying that, there was a lot of photos and videos from when I was young that I did have still, and I did remember seeing the outside of the orphanage of all the artwork, and I remember that was still there when I went there last year, and that was pretty crazy to see that, because I was able to know exactly this was my orphanage. I saw that and I was like, yes, that's the one from the photos, from the videos. This was exactly the same orphanage that I came from. I definitely found this orphanage, and this is exactly the same spot. So that's how I felt. That's how I kind of remember it in a way, but I don't remember it memory-wise being in the orphanage. But it's different for everybody. I mean, I think I was just maybe too young, or nothing was really going on. I don't know. Something big didn't really happen, or something that really affected me. So in that way, I just don't remember it. In some cases, I don't know if it's good or bad. So when I came back at the end of last year, I focused more on the I'm Adopted project. I did more of that stuff, and I finished writing my book, I'm Adopted, which is recently which was recently come out, and it's actually on Amazon now, so you can grab yourself a copy there. You can grab it on iTunes, you can grab it on iBooks. You should be able to find it if you just search it up somewhere. So that story covers everything from when I was little up until when I went to my orphanage, and that book is pretty much everything that I talk about growing up in New Zealand, and just how I wanted to search my birth parents at a young age. I was just always having that curiosity to find who my birth parents were. So to me, that was always been an important side of me, because I've just always want to know who they were. My mum and dad have always been supportive. As you might know, my mum and dad have always said, if you want to find your birth parents, you can find your birth parents. You can go out there and search for them. So to me, that's always been the same thing with my mum and dad. And I think I'm really happy and thankful that they've always stick to what they say when they say that. So thank you, mum and dad, by the way. If you're watching this, thank you. And when I met my birth parents, I found my birth father second. I found my birth mother first. And I searched for my birth mother. I had just their names on paper. I searched my birth mother and looked on social media websites in Russia. And my birth mother's, someone that knew my birth mother got in touch with me, and they reached out to me and they said, your birth mother lives here. So I got in touch with my birth mother. I called her for her birthday. This is in 2013. This is quite an old story, actually. Now it's over 5 years old. And I called her for her birthday, and I wished her happy birthday. And that was the first time that I ever talked to my birth mother. And I was only 21, and I was still trying to get my head around everything. I didn't know anything really about Russia. I knew a bit of the history, but I didn't know too much about what was going to be in store. I didn't know about when I would go over to Russia for the first time since I left, in 1994. So to me, that was everything that was all completely fresh and new for me. So I had to organize my trip to Russia. I had to get my Russian passport. I then had to start planning everything. I had to organize some people to meet in Russia that could help us. And I live in Auckland here, and coming from Auckland and going all the way, over to Russia was it was a big thing for me. And to me, that was something I always wanted to do, and I was very happy that I had done it. So I don't regret going over to see my birth parents. I don't regret anything about that. And I thought it was one of the most coolest experiences I've ever had in my life. And I'm very thankful that both sides of my family have been so supportive and open about everything. So thank you so much. Thank you. So if you guys got any questions, you can ask them below. Maybe I don't see some of them. It normally happens. There's a few of you watching. So if you've got any questions, you can ask them below. Just ask away. I'd like to know where everybody is right now. I know there's a few people in Russia watching. So hello to Russia. Thank you so much for, following everything. I appreciate it. I always appreciate everybody seeing what I'm getting up to, and I will be doing more of stories and videos and things like that, like on YouTube. I do photos on Instagram a lot. I do a lot of photography, so I enjoy my photography, so I share a lot of that, and just sharing stories for people that hopefully can connect with the birth parents. And that's always something that I always will keep on doing no matter what. I always will keep on helping people try and connect with other people, and just a matter of making those contacts with other people to try and get these people a little bit closer to finding a little bit of information of their birth parents. So that's been pretty special to me to see how big this whole thing has grown, and just seeing everybody's responses and feedback and support. So to me, thank you so much. With I'm Adopted, yes, I started that in 2015, 2 years after I left Russia to meet my birth parents for the first time, because it took a while just for me to try and organize everything and just make a project that would essentially work. And the project has kicked in. It took a while to build up a little bit. We started sharing stories from New Zealand, friends who were adopted. I asked them to share stories, and they shared stories. So thank you so much for that. And, it took a while. It took a while, but I'm so happy that where it is today. And we're in 4 languages now. And as I say many times on videos, I'm so happy that there's a platform now that can share anything. I know there's private groups, I know there's groups around the world, but this is like an open community of you can share whatever you like. A lot of it is privacy wise. We don't share full names, and that's something I've always had with the project. It's just get a first name of somebody and just out there reaching to see if anybody is out there to help each other. So that's how the project has always worked. And even just sharing resources for people who are adopted around the world. I write a lot of them for the website, and that's what I like to do. I like to just see if anybody can get some sort of help or advice. And when I get an email or message, people saying, thank you so much for finding a contact with this birth family, I feel really quite happy about that. And I'm really quite pleased and very happy for that person that they've found that connection. And so that is awesome all the time. It never stops. It never stops. So thank you so much for listening. It was just going to be a quick video just put on Facebook. If you want to ask any questions, you can ask on here on Facebook, and I'll check your comments and I'll reply there. So thank you so much for listening and just hearing about, I guess, what's happening with I'm Adopted. And I'll see you, Russia. Yes, I'll see you in Russia in July, and I'll also be in the UK in August, and I'll also be visiting Ireland as well. So I will be seeing a lot of people, I'm sure. And if you live in any of those places, do get in touch. Go through the I'm Adopted page. You can leave a message there, or you can reach to me on Instagram. I am on Instagram. You can find me there and just reach out. So I'm here to talk to, as much as I can. I try to talk as much as I can to people. So I'm here to chat. So you can just ask me when you can. So good luck, and see you in Russia. Molodets, tak, der shat. Thank you. The Kazakhstan. You're in Kazakhstan. Hello, Kazakhstan. Hello, and Anota in Kazakhstan. Hello, Kazakhstan. I've never been to Kazakhstan. I don't know anything about Kazakhstan. I'll visit Kazakhstan one day, I'm sure. I like to see the surrounding countries, and I like to go and travel the world. Actually, that's something on my list of things to do in my goals of things to do. I like to come and see as many of you as I can and just go and see the world. So thank you so much for listening, and until next time, I'll be on Facebook again. Watch out for a new video soon. I'm talking to a girl called Jana who's actually been sharing her story a few times. So she actually is from Archangels, and she's going to be in the next video for I'm Adopted. So watch out for that. I'm sure you'll like the video, and it'll be good. It'll be really good to watch. So thank you for listening to the video. And I know some of you are tuning in now. I'm sorry, but I could keep talking for another 10 minutes if you want. Ask me any questions, and I'll be happy to answer. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. So ask below anything you like about maybe just what's going to happen when I go to Russia, or where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do. And I'll be happy to answer your questions. As usual, happy to answer. Happy to talk. So thank you. Thank you very much for that. And, it's good to hear you guys' stories all the time as well. And I get a lot of emails of people asking for help, and we have a lot of. Hold on a minute. I didn't see your question. Your question never came up, Katerina. Maybe just try write again. I only saw sup, so sup. But just try write again. I didn't see your question. It's not on the list here. Facebook tends to not show you all the questions. So if you've asked a question, I'm sorry. I've answered all the ones I can see on here, but I didn't see this one. So ask again. Welcome to answer it. A lot of people do ask me, what do I remember from the orphanage? And yes, I don't remember anything from the orphanage. And that's something that I've always thought about. I wonder why I don't. Maybe because I am too young. I was too young, sorry. And when I left Russia in 1994, I did actually remember the language. I did actually know the language. I understood it, apparently. So I've been told this, but I just lost the language completely. I came to New Zealand, and obviously no Russian here, so it was English. So I grew up as English as my first language. I feel like it's my first language, and that's why I'm trying to get myself together with trying to figure out the Russian language slowly. I'm getting there slowly, but I'm working on that. And, I can have a very basic conversation with somebody in Russian, very, very basic. I can talk to my birth father. We joke. We have all sorts of, we use Google Translate and stuff like that. So that stuff is really cool to be able to talk to him. He asks me questions in Russian. He talks slow Russian, so that's okay for me. He talks fast as well. But when he talks to me, he talks slow Russian. So thank you, Misha, for that. I appreciate you trying to talk slow so I can kind of understand so we can have a conversation, We also have a lot of friends in Russia, like Anastasia. She helps a lot with translation. She also is one of the ambassadors for I'm Adopted. So thank you, Anastasia, so much for that. You got to be I'm very grateful to know you. And I will be seeing you as well in July. So thank you so much for your help with translating and helping us connect further with, as a close friend, and of course with the family in Russia. So thank you very much for that. And that's, it's the friends and family that make everything really important for me all the time. And I'm really thankful for that. Always thankful for that. It never stops, So thank you very much for tuning in. Sorry, Katerina, but I don't see your question. I'll have a look here, but I just don't see your question. You might have written it, might not have appeared. So I'll just check actually. Let me just check. I just don't see it. Here we go. What is your view on people being gay and how Russia happens to be one of the most homophobic? I know a lot of people that are gay people. It's not in my sort of circle of understanding that side of things. I don't have anything against it. I don't have anything about that. and it's perfectly, it's everyone's choice. Everyone does what they want to do. It's their life. That's how I look at it. You live your life like the way you live your life. And I don't know too much about the history on Russia and gay people. It's not really a sort of thing that I've ever really thought about or really considered, knowing about that stuff. But everyone has a right to, have a family, have anything like that, children, with families, and just, I think that everybody should just live their life the way they want to live their life without any politics getting in the way too much, because that stuff is just, I don't know. How do you answer that question so much? I mean, I just want everybody just to be happy in their lives, and that's important. That's important. I got a question here from Misha. Hello, Misha. Привет. Sasha, привет. You, Sonia, sister Sonia. Hold on a minute. I will just check this. I have to Google Translate because I'm not a big translator. Well, look, my sister Sonia is sent a question, so thank you very much, Sonia, for that. Hello, Sonia. I will see you in Russia when I come over in July. So thank you, Sonia, for your question. So Misha, yeah. So Misha has a few fans, I see. Misha, a few people understand that it's my birth father on the messages. So thank you, Misha. I appreciate your question. Always good to hear questions from people and just like asking any sort of family related question. I think it's just really interesting, just try and figure out people's views and people's, opinions on stuff. And it's everyone's life, everyone's life. Any other questions? Throw them down. Hello again. Oh yeah, hello again, Pinky. This is Pinky Ackerman on YouTube. Hello, Pinky. I'm back and it's working this time. Last night, it just cut off everything. I was talking and just cut off. So it looks like I'm still here. So you can still ask away any more questions. Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. You can ask anything you want. I'd like to ask everybody here actually as well, where are they in the world? What time is it? Is it nighttime? Is it morning? I know that a lot of people are in Russia right now. So you can just tell me about your time. Tell me about, where you are. So I'd like to know where you are. So just ask away. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Answer away. I'm waiting. With going overseas, I will be seeing the UK for the first time. Tauranga. I've been to Tauranga many times. I like the mount there. Here we go. So I don't really see these questions. Auckland. Hello. We have cold weather here. Yes, I know you have cold weather there. I know it's quite cold where you are. It's very cold. It's starting to get cold here. It's still, relatively warm in the day, but at nighttime, it's starting to get cold. So that's nice. So it's pretty cool. So I like it how people just talking from each other. Hello from California. Hello, Victoria from California. I have been to California, actually. I've been to America. I went through Nebraska, went up to the top to near Chicago. So I like America. I've been there before. How do you get your hair so curly? It's not really. It just sits like that. It's a personal question. I don't know. My hair it's not curly. I don't think it's curly. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm looking at my hair wrong. How do you get your hair so curly? Okay. Great question. I can't answer that really. I don't use anything really with my hair, but no. It's a great question though. Great question. Good question. You got to ask these questions, right? You got to be out there asking the questions. Yes, I see. How's your mother living situation changed? She was fixing up her place. Is it finished? When I went to go see my birth mother in 2013, yes, she was living in Rybinsk and she was renovating her house. And you know what? It's she doesn't live there anymore. She had her husband there who sadly passed away maybe a couple of months ago. He had a stroke and he died. And he was such a nice guy. He was the guy in the video, the old guy. And that was really awful. That was really sad. I felt really sorry for my birth mother going through that. And, you know, it was quite hard to hear that because she had been going through a lot of pain herself. And she's with a new husband now, apparently so. But I just want her just to be happy with her life and just live the way that she wants to live. So, yeah, so that happened at the start of the year. And he was a nice guy, Andrew. He was a nice guy. He helped us, like, talk to each other, talk to my birth mother, talk to each other. It was just, he was very open and very honest about everything, and just a nice person, you know, to talk to. So the renovations with the house, I'll ask her in July what happened. So we'll see what will happen. But I'll see her. I don't know what she's doing so much now, but I'm going to take a train and go and see my birth mother again. So I will be seeing her again, and she's waiting to see me, and I'm waiting to see her. So that will definitely happen. Thank you, Maximus. Nice jacket. It's actually a jersey, but thank you for pointing that out. I like these. I like the compliments from time to time. I appreciate the compliments. Nothing wrong with a few compliments. Alex. Very good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate your comment there. Thank you. My parents are good, and of course, everything will be fine. As a lot of stuff is good, everything will be fine. And it's how you got to look at things in your life. Every day, you just need to understand that everything falls into place and everything happens for a reason. And when it comes, this is how I look at things. With a lot of people that, you know, we all go through up and downs in our life. I go through a few up and downs. We all go through up and downs in our lives. And but at the end of the day, you need to understand that you just need to think of positives, and you just need to try and smile and just understand that, you know, you got to try your best. You can only try your best. And that's how I look at things every single day. You got to try. Of course, these are things that just make you think, oh, you know, oh, shit, I don't want to do this, or I'm having a bad day. But you just need to do what you can, right? That's what I say. That's some advice from me. Do what you can. It's actually getting dark here now, as you can probably see with the clouds. I don't know, maybe not. But I don't know, maybe not. Yes, so she deserves to be happy. So I hope that she is a happy person, and I'm sure she is. She's a nice person. So my birth mother, Tatiana, she's a nice person. She tries, and she knows that I'm always thinking of her. And, you know, she called me on my birthday. I send her messages still. So thank you to my birth mother, Tatiana, for, you know, doing what you can to just, you know, see that happen. So yeah. So yeah. Yes, I will be seeing my birth father, and I'll be seeing my birth mother in July. So I will be getting, you know, photos and videos and just hanging out with them and just catching up. And that's important to me. So I will be just catching up. So that's cool. I like your positive attitude about everything. It's really amazing. Thank you, Alina. I appreciate that. I try my best. I try my best. So how is your birth father's English? Now, he said to me on Skype 2 weeks ago, it was my birthday, 2 weeks ago, and my birth father said on Skype, he said, "Happy birthday, Alex." And so in English. And that was pretty cool. He said that before, and I tell him many times, you need to try and say a little bit more than that. We joke all the time. We laugh and we joke many times. And he knows this. He knows that we laugh and we joke. And I think his favorite word is joke, you know, and we always joke. And it's always, and when I was with him in Arkhangelsk, it was just constant laugh. It was laughing. We joke about everything. It was funny. It was so funny, seriously. That's okay, Maximus. Anytime. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm in Auckland as well, Justine. So hello to another person also in Auckland. Hello from Auckland. Yeah, so that's how I look at a lot of my things that happen during, you know, all of our lives, really. So that's pretty much how it happens. So this is good. So yes, my birth father is fun. He's a nice guy. He's absolutely hilarious. He's got to be the funniest person, you know, I talk to when I'm there in Russia. He's just if someone's having a bad day, if you're having a bad day, you need to come and just talk to me and my birth father at the same time. That will just, if you're having a bad day, a really bad day, that will just make you laugh too much. It's just so funny. I sometimes figure out how, how I'm ever going to stop laughing for the day. I'm trying to be serious here sometimes, and I can't be serious because it's just too funny. So that's just the way that I sometimes do my things. I just laugh a lot, but maybe I shouldn't laugh so much. Maybe I should just slow down a little bit. Maybe I should slow down a little bit. Hey, so thank you guys for watching. I'm going to say goodbye now. If you've just logged on, I'm so sorry, but you can ask me any questions on Facebook. I'll answer them. If I've missed your comments, I don't see it because it might not have come up. So I'll answer your questions. Also on YouTube, you can ask any questions as well. And thank you for watching on YouTube as well, because it's good to throw videos on YouTube from time to time. So thank you so much for tuning into that. I appreciate it, and tuning into Facebook. So thank you. And yes, thank you for following my stuff, checking it out on Facebook, checking it out on Instagram. Thank you. And of course, watching my videos on YouTube. And I'll be putting more videos on YouTube and just with more adopted people and just sharing more stories. So that's always very important to me. And thank you very much for watching. So until next time, you'll see another video. So thank you very much. See you next time. Oh, we're still on. Okay, just wait a minute. This is the YouTube goodbye. So see you, YouTube. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Until next time. I'll be on another time. You seem to like these videos, so I'll probably do some more. So thank you.